Welcome you guys. Today we're going to be using the Dyson Airwrap with the curl head attachment and the round brush to create a loose wave hairstyle. So I already have some of Ray's leave-in conditioner spray in my hair. I do this while my hair is wet, just out of the shower, and then comb through my hair. And I also added some of Virtue Split End Mender. This is a really great product to help protect your ends. If you already have split ends, it's going to help mend them and protect those other ends that aren't split from getting split. Next, I'm going to also use Virtue again, the Polish Unfrizz Cream. I love this. It acts also, when you read the description, as a leave-in conditioner, but it just helps to create a really beautiful, smooth finish on my hair. I tend to have wavier, frizzier hair, so I use around a quarter size amount. I would say if your hair is finer, you could use a little bit less, but I like to concentrate it more down, mid-shaft down, and then put a little bit at my roots. And this is just going to help your hair get a really beautiful, shiny, flawless finish. And I just like to brush the product through my hair. I don't like to brush all the way from the root down because some of the products I don't want it concentrating too much at my roots, because then I do feel like your roots get a little more oily. That's just my personal opinion. So now we're ready to start. So to start, just to build a bit of volume at the top of my hair, I'm going to start with the round roller brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to concentrate on drying it just from the top to the mid-level, and then I'm just going to brush it really quick through because I want my ends to remain a little damp. So when we use that curler attachment, they really take on the shape of the curler. Because once again, the Dyson works best when your hair is damp to give that shape. So you can see I'm just building that blow dry just at my roots, just so the roots are drying smooth, and I'm letting the ends stay damp. So I just finished using the round brush attachment towards my roots. Now if you found that the end of your hair did get too dry, you don't have to fret. All you have to do is just wet your brush just a bit, and I'm just brushing through just so my ends get a bit of that dampness. And now we're going to be ready to use the curling attachment for the Dyson. So today we're going to be mixing our curls up. Some curls we might let the Dyson wrap up, but to start we're actually going to be wrapping the hair around the Dyson and then turning it on. So it's going to be a little bit different, but it does create a different looking curl for you to try. So first, take that section of hair and make sure you're wrapping it in the way that the Dyson Air is going to naturally wrap it around. So if you try to wrap it around the barrel that's going to wrap it the opposite direction, your hair's not going to stick when you let it go. So my hair is all wrapped. I'm going to then angle it up and just switch my Dyson on, and it should naturally take hold of my hair. I'm going to unravel it. And you can see that it has created a different curl than it usually creates when we let the Dyson wrap it ourselves. By wrapping it up, it's lifted more body here at the root and just given more of a loose tendril curl. And that, when we brush it out with our fingers, is going to create a beautiful beachy wave. Now we're just going to keep repeating that process. So remember, it's easy if you wrap it straight and then level it out. And as you can note with this one, sometimes it does not grip the end of your hair, simply because I have really long hair, and if the barrels were a little bit longer, I think that problem would be fixed. Hopefully in the future they will come out with longer barrels. But sometimes if it doesn't grip your hair, I just hold it on and the curl becomes the same. So you can see this curl got really big and bouncy, which is going to be great for when we brush it out. It's going to give us a really nice bouncy wave. So I'm going to start the next section of my hair, and I just wanted to make note that it's fine for you guys to alternate the barrel shape. So for this top part of my section, I'm going to alternate a few of my curls in the opposite direction. So I'm going to easily switch the barrel head, but just to make sure you guys know that that means you have to wrap the curl in the opposite direction so it takes hold to this new barrel. So to finish off my bang, I'm going to wrap it around, and then I'm going to slowly pull it down just to get a looser wave look. So we're going to wrap about here and then turn on and slowly pull it down. And I held it on the ends for just a second, and it just gave just a very loose look. So one tip for you guys, if you find if when you're wrapping your hair it's just not sticking around the curling iron, you're just gonna have to break your hair up into smaller sections. When you try really big sections, I find that it's not able to break through for your hair to wrap around. But when you break it up into smaller sections, it has no problem with your hair wrapping around. And if you think that some of your curls didn't take and you want to go back and curl them again, and you're worried that you have to start over by wetting your hair, you definitely do not. If you watched my first review on the Dyson, I showed you both how the Dyson curled on wet and dry hair, and my hair was able to take a curl in a completely different direction on dry hair. You might just need to turn the heat up a little bit or hold it a few seconds longer, but it should have no problem curling on dry hair as well. So I'm going to show you an example here. I just want to have a little bit more curl. The hair is completely dry. I'm just going to wrap it around. And there you go. We got ourselves a really bouncy curl. So we finished both sides of our hair, and I'm really happy with this look. It's created already really loose waves that have left a really shiny, polishy finish. But if you want to go ahead and further break them down, I would just recommend using your own hands and just running it through, and you can see that it just further gives a really nice little loose wave. If you have the type of hair that has a hard time taking and holding shape, I would recommend using some mousse beforehand when your hair is damp. I have personally used Bertrude's mousse, and I really love it. The reason why I like it is because it doesn't give your hair that crunchy, sticky feeling that I hate. It lets your hair have movement. I'm able to brush my hair after, move my fingers through it, and it's just a fabulous product that I can highly recommend. So to finish my hair, I'm just going to spray in some of Away's texturizing hairspray. It works as a dry shampoo and hairspray, so it's going to help your hair throughout the day absorb those oils, and it's going to act as a hairspray that helps hold those waves in your hair. So I like to spray it and then scrunch my hair just to help build some volume. And you can see that just by spraying that and scrunching my hair, It's added a lot of volume down at the bottom, and it's kind of added a bit of shock to our waves, a shock of life. So if you have fine hair or thin hair, or if you just want to build a lot of volume at your roots, this is an amazing mighty miracle. I was so shocked when I used it because when it sprays out, you just get this little puff of powder. And I thought, this is such a tiny amount. Can it actually do what it's claiming? I was shocked at the amount of volume that it builds. I'm not going to spray it now because I don't need too much volume right now. But near the end of the day, when I'm going out in the evening, I love to spray a bit of this. I'll actually spray just a little bit for you guys. This is by Vertruze. It's the Create Lifting Powder, and a little bit goes a very long way. So I'm just going to lift up a little section of my hair. And you can see just that little puff of powder. And I just shake it in like that. And you can actually feel that it's left a bit of texture at my roots. And it just creates such a bit of volume, and if you keep playing with it and keep shaking it up in there, it's going to keep building the volume. So if you really have hair that lacks volume at the roots, I can't recommend this enough. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on a different way of using the Dyson Airwrap on how to create a more looser, natural, wavy hair look. Just because you got the Airwrap doesn't mean you're stuck with one traditional curl. There's so many ways to use it, and I'm going to be making a lot more videos with how to create different looks and curls using the Dyson Airwrap.